From the gun, it's Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to fourth down. So a field goal try here on fourth down as the Falcons call on Matt Bryant. This from 42 yards out. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
For the Miami Dolphins, Charles, you think back to last year. They stayed in it much of the season. Week 14, that shocker on the final play versus the Patriots kept their playoff hopes alive. But ultimately, they didn't make the playoffs. Going to have a new head coach. What do you think moving forward?
And weren't we all surprised after that win against the Patriots that they lost their last 3 games? And as you noted, cost Adam Gase his job. This team has not won a playoff game since December 30th, 2000. Head coach, Dave Wanstead. Quarterback, Jay Fiedler.
Wow.
That's a long time ago. They've got to find a way to correct that, and they'll be doing it with new administration up front, a new head coach, and maybe a new quarterback.
Being chased out left, and that is incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
The Tannehill staying out there. They're going to go on fourth down. They're going to go. It's Tannehill. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Before this next drive gets going, we need to discuss the Hall of Fame inductees. There will be 8 in the 2019 class. We got Champ Bailey, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law. Who else am I forgetting in there?
Well, how about a big guy, a lineman, Kevin Mawai, who was absolutely terrific in his career. How about Ed Reed with the Baltimore Ravens and the great job he did in the secondary there. Pat Bowlen, Gil Brandt as contributors, the owner of the Broncos and the longtime scout with the Cowboys. And I love the senior committee bringing in Johnny Robinson, the safety with Kansas City.
Tony Gonzalez was a first ballot guy, and of course when I hear Ty Law, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Robert Quinn in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. From the gun on third down, Ryan. Jones breaking from the contact. And, oh, it's complete. What a catch at the 7. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. From the shotgun, Ryan. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by T.J. McDonald. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. From the end zone, Tannehill. He sets to fire deep. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Tannehill hands to Drake. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
It's in the game.
Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. That is incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Tannehill. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tack McKinley in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out. Find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down to that set. Have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Now Ryan. This is caught. It's Sanu this time for a Falcon touchdown. Mohamed Sanu, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Falcons are in for 6. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And
I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Well, they didn't really have to earn that 1st down, did they?
Well, they're not having to earn much, are they? Back-to-back penalties. First was 1st and 5, and now they give them a 1st down.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Here's Tannehill. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jack Crawford coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. And Stills bringing it in. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin 1st down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. Looking for Amendola, and it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Amendola, the intended receiver. After the interception, here's Ryan. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Back now in Miami. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw again is Ryan. That is caught at the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and the lone man in the backfield is Freeman. They'll come out in the pistol. Ryan will throw again. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman from a yard out. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Dolphins now. Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Drake will start the drive on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. Steps away to his left. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Robert Alford. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Trying to get it that time to Stills.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
23 yards on the play.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Falcons turn that interception into a touchdown. From the gun, Ryan. And this one's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at the 34. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Vic Beasley in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Tannehill looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Drake. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Finding room inside the 40. And down to the 27-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets them a 1st down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's a fighter.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenyon Drake, 27 yards. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now, it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out come the Falcons now. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he stopped immediately there. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Now it's Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there at 22. Ryan wants to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And he's going to go down as time has now run out.